Happy Tuesday, everyone. How's everyone doing today? It's so funny thinking back because a month ago I couldn't even get like 5 people on the stream. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Just want to go over just a couple of updates and then I'll get into the questions. And I'll try to go through the chat relatively quickly because obviously there are some repeating questions. So just want to go over a couple things, which I'm sure some of you probably have questions on, so hopefully this will answer them. So if you're currently on PUA, you will stay on PUA for 50 weeks total. If you're currently on PEUC, you would stay on PEUC for 24 weeks total. If you exhaust your if you have already exhausted your PUA and PEUC, so maybe you exhausted it like a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, your state will tell you how you need to proceed. So it's totally up to the states. So unfortunately, I won't have that answer. So make sure you stay in close contact with your state's website. If you do make less than $300, you will get the extra $300 boost. I think I said that incorrectly last night. I kept reading different things, but I'm pretty sure that if you do make less than $300, you would receive the extra $300 boost. The extra $300 boost does start next week. If you hold on, I'm trying to read what I had written. Okay, so hold on, that just repeats everything. Hold on. Okay, so this is a specific Fed Ed question. So if you're California, you might have this question. If I exhausted my PEUC in November but didn't qualify for Fed Ed, will I be able to get back onto PEUC? I would imagine that would be the case. However, please know, I'm not an attorney. I don't work for unemployment. I'm just someone that my husband is collecting and just done a ton of research because I've struggled with unemployment for the past couple of months, just like you guys have. So just want to put that disclaimer out there. So obviously there's a lot that I still don't know, and I won't know until the states pass the information on to us. Is it true? So I'll get into chat. Is it true that if you are on Fed Ed, you have to use 13 weeks before you get be put back on PEUC? So great question. If you are currently collecting Fed Ed or extended benefits, Fed Ed is the same as extended benefits, except Fed Ed is a California term. What you will do is you will stay on extended benefits until you have exhausted your extended benefits. Then you would go back to PEUC. I've heard some people will receive the extra $100 in addition to the $300. Can you explain who would be eligible for this? So yeah, that is I don't know, I have to do more research, but that's specifically for PUA. So if you are both I think it was a self-employed that you've made over $5,000 plus a W-2 earner, but you're on PUA, you could be eligible for $100. But I need to get more specifics around that because when I first read it, I wasn't 100% clear of what it was. So I'll definitely look into that for you. Lizzie says, did you hear Biden's speech today? He talked about stimulus checks. Yes, he wants a third one. And unemployment extension. Hopefully that happens. Yeah, without a doubt. I think he was saying, or at least from what I watched, that he'd be looking into all of that the end of January, which would be pretty amazing. Erica, I get $250 every 2 weeks. How much would I get in 1 month, please? So if you get $250, you'd get $500 for the month for state benefits, and then you'd get an additional $1,200 because you'd be getting your $300 per week times 4, which would be $1,200 plus $500. That would equal $1,700 that you would get for the month. I requested payment on Sunday, the 29th for PUC, and my next request payment. Han, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking here. Hold on, let me look up a calendar, just see when. Okay, so the 27th is a Sunday. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not 100. Oh, wait, hold on. All I had to do was, do I have to open up a new claim? Because they say that your claim year has ended on the 26th. So if you are on regular, or if you have applied for regular unemployment, I guess it probably would have been prior to the pandemic starting. So when you apply for regular unemployment, and I haven't said this in a while, so let me just say it now. When you apply, your unemployment has an expiration date. So you apply on January 1st. The expiration date for that claim is December 31st, so an entire year. So if at any time of this extension, your unemployment claim has expired, then from what I'm told in Pennsylvania, from what they've told us a million times, like several times, you can and you should apply for a brand new unemployment claim. Now, with this extension, that it could differ. That's what we've been told in the past. So if you're close to getting your claim, if it's close to being expired, then definitely look into that. And hopefully the state will maybe reach out and let you know what you need to do. Do I have to open it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure who needs to open up a new claim and who doesn't. It would all depend on the state specifically. So Tin Man, I still haven't heard about any Pennsylvania stimulus checks. I've done a little bit of research, I think, over the weekend. It was a couple of days ago. I can't find anything. I know that they're looking to use the CARES Act money in Pennsylvania for like schools and stuff like that, but I saw nothing regarding stimulus check or anything. I didn't see anything regarding unemployment. Oh, goodness gracious. Joyce says, in Illinois, I've exhausted all of my benefits. I continue certifying. Will they pay me on? Yes. So if you've exhausted everything, including your extended benefits, I would imagine that you would get back onto PEUC, which would be effective next week. However, because the states have to update their systems, they may not be able to update it right away. Might take a couple weeks. So, but just know that even if you're not going to be able to file for a week or two, just know that you'll definitely be getting that payment from next week. Bobby, how are you from Richboro? You should continue to, yeah, if you can, if the system lets you certify, even if you've exhausted your balance, then definitely keep doing it. And is PA one of the states giving the extra $100? Yeah, like I said, I'll have to look into the specifics about that, but I think it has to do with, yeah, like I said earlier, I have to get specifics on that. Because like I said, I think it's a self-employed and W-2. I was a little confused myself. Chris says, North Carolina PEUC here. Hey, Chris. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Kay says, has Trump signed the bill? He has not. So earlier today, I heard that, believe it or not, they have to print off this bill. They had problems uploading the entire file. I guess it kept crashing because the file was so big. So they had to split up the file and I guess upload pieces separately. So now they are working on printing it off. However, I just heard that even if he doesn't sign it, which I've heard that he will sign it, but even if he doesn't, there should be enough votes in Congress that if he vetoes it, it'll still go through anyway. Darnell, how are you? You're done with PEUC and you're on state extended benefits. So yeah, you would ride out extended benefits, and then once that runs out, you would then go back onto PEUC. Oh, Natasha, I love it. She's like, hey, everyone, hope you have a wonderful, blessed, super duper day. I want to get excited. We will get this, but Trump, in my opinion, may not sign it because of all the extra stuff that doesn't need to be in it. Okay, have you guys seen the extra stuff that's in this bill? It's billions or millions. Too many zeros to even count. It's a lot of money going to other countries. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's ridiculous. Like, in fact, hold on, let me see it. You guys got to see this. Hold on, I got to find it. Sorry, you guys. And then when you see all this money and then you see what the American people get, is just ridiculous. So there's domestic funding, right? So $26 million goes to the Kennedy Center. The Smithsonian gets $1 billion. A couple other art museums get, okay, so that totals like 330 million. So yeah, there's millions of dollars going to art museums and stuff like that. So if you, I don't know if you could see that, might be a little, oh, there we go. It's hopefully getting a little clear. Do you see, I don't know if this is backwards for you. If it is, I apologize. But like Egypt, Ukraine, Israel, sorry, I'm trying to read this backwards. They're getting billions of dollars. And then if you see on the bottom, hold on, let me try to get this clear again. All the way at the bottom, it says American citizens. Sorry, that's not coming clear. I'm not good. Oh, American people, citizens, $600. $600 compared to all this money that they're handing out to other countries. Kay says, Morning Invest said he will not sign it. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do, but luckily and hopefully there'll be enough votes for him for it to pass anyway, even if he doesn't. Crystal says, if I'm on regular unemployment, what's left? So you would then go on to PEUC, and your state should notify you if you qualify, which most people do. Charles says, you are correct about the $100 minimum because I was also read that part of the bill. Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it because I don't like to give out wrong information. How long will it take to get the PUA payment? So great question. It all depends on how quickly they can update their systems. Every state's going to be different. Sorry, I don't want to repeat things that I already answered. Clifton says, I heard that if you were approved for PUA in November, that you couldn't get backdated for when you first stopped working due to COVID. Is that true? If you were approved, no, you should get backdated. You should receive back pay. As long as you were approved for months back, you would totally get backdated for that. Hester says, what about regular unemployment? I've been claiming 6 September. Will I get all the months? Yeah, Hester, regular unemployment's not going to change. So yeah, you'll totally carry that out however many weeks your state pays. The good thing is, even though you're on regular unemployment, you will also receive that extra $300 boost. So no matter what program you are on, you will get the extra $300. Brad says, so the extended benefits going directly on our debit card. I didn't receive any letter in the mail or text to my phone. If you're talking about, Brad, regular extended benefits, it should you should receive extended benefits the same way as you received PEUC. At least that's how it is in Pennsylvania. I can't imagine why that they would change it. Yeah, so Drew says if he hasn't signed it, what happens? Like I said, a friend of mine did say that there are enough votes in Congress that even if he doesn't sign it, they will still be able to pass it into law. Family Mercado. I'm receiving $217 a week. How much would I be receiving from PUA? So starting next week, you'd be receiving $517. Your $217 plus $300 equal $517. Bart, do I have to reapply for PUA? So it all depends on the state. If you, hold on, sorry, the chat's getting a little crazy. If you have not exhausted PUA, you shouldn't have to reapply. You should just keep filing as normal. However, if you were exhausted, a month ago or a couple weeks ago, then it's all dependent on the state and how they decide to proceed. So every state's going to be different. Letitia, all I have is $195 in my PUA funds. Will I still get the $300? So yes, you should starting next week. Again, you may not physically see this money until the states update their systems. But yeah, starting next week, everyone on unemployment should receive the extra $300 a week. Gracie says, I have post-COVID syndrome. I haven't been able to go to work. I don't have any PTO or sick hours. My employer paid me 2 weeks, but I don't know why I didn't have any paid leave. Yeah, I'm not sure, Gracie. Obviously, that's between you and your employer. However, if you're still home, you could apply for PUA. That's one of the reasons why PUA was created. So yeah, you can definitely give that a try. Abolisher, why does it ask me to come back next week for more weeks on Fed Ed? Have you exhausted Fed Ed? If so, then maybe they want you to come back in hopes that their systems would be updated. But unless I know specifics, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Tottership, when the $300 boost is over, will we continue to get our weekly state benefits till April 5th? So it all depends on what specific program you are on. So the extra $300 boost, PEUC and PUA do expire at the same time. Although there is like a phase out period. So, and I'm trying to figure that out because I've heard a couple different things. So while there is a cutoff date of March 14th for PEUC and PUA, I have heard that if you currently have benefits left after March 14th, then you can still collect until April 5th, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That's something I have to look into more. Oh my gosh, Minnie, are you serious? In Georgia, they're saying it could take months to set up the new system for the additional unemployment. I can't. That just seems ridiculous because the programs already exist. They just have to change dates, dollar amounts, stuff like that. So if it does take months, that's ridiculous. Adante, if I'm on Fed Ed, should I call and have them close my case because this weekend is the first time I'm supposed to claim the benefits? I don't know why you'd want to close the case. Sorry, I'm not understanding your question, but obviously if you have any questions, the best place to call is definitely the unemployment office. So yeah, Edward, in Maryland, and no matter what state you are in, if you are currently collecting PUA, then yeah, hopefully you just keep on filing, and when the states update their systems, you'll eventually get paid. Hey Kevin, how are you? My benefit year ends February 28th, and the extension's only till March 14th. Will I go back on PUC and get 11 weeks? Will I go back onto PUC and get 11 weeks from March 1st, or will it all just end the end of March? So, again, according to what I've listened to on the Pennsylvania town halls, and again, obviously I'll double check my facts once PA does release some information about this, but if you've exhausted or your benefit year ends, then you should, at least this is how it was a couple of weeks ago, you should apply for regular unemployment on March 1st. So, but if that is not true, which I'm sure we'll get information if you should or shouldn't do that, then yeah, after you've exhausted your extended benefits, then yeah, you should roll back onto PEUC. Jose, you exhausted all your extended benefits and you don't qualify for PUA. So yeah, you should revert back to PEUC. Now, while you may have exhausted your extended benefits, we'll just say like a month ago, unfortunately, even though you would and should hopefully get back onto PEUC, you won't be able to collect that until starting next week. So next week would be the first week that you would be able to get paid. So that entire month that you have exhausted, unfortunately, you would not get paid. So hopefully that made sense. And again, some of these are, that would be my interpretation. Obviously, hopefully I'm not wrong, but if I am, I apologize. But that's, I know that there's no retro pay, right? So yeah, Crystal, you'd be going on to PEUC. I saw that you asked that a couple times. Oh, sorry, when I get to a certain point, the chat just like jumps. So Adrian, yeah, every unemployment program that you were on, you would receive that extra $300 boost. So Adrian, if you get $600 a month on unemployment, you would just add $1,200 onto that. So the $300 per week times 4, which is $1,200 plus $600. So you would then receive $1,800 of unemployment every single month. Every single month, well, the next couple months, right? Jennifer says, I applied for POA 6 weeks ago, been certifying every week as told. It is expiring the 26th of this month. Still haven't received anything. What do I do after the deadline comes and goes? So first and foremost, definitely keep certifying. And then if you can, which I know this is easier said than done, definitely try to contact the PUA unemployment office to see what's holding up your claim. George says, do I have to reapply? I'm still collecting, but my benefits ended. So not sure what program you were on, but if you are on PUC or PUA, well, I guess any of the programs, if you're still actively on them, then they would just continue. Now, the question that's been coming up that I don't know is if you exhausted your benefits like a month ago and there's no other programs for you to jump onto, do you have to reapply or what? And that's all depends on the state. Han, will we get the same amount that we were getting from PEUC? I would imagine that you would. I can't imagine that they would change that. Gracie said, oh, you applied for unemployment because you didn't know that your employer was going to pay you. Yeah, I think the best thing to do, Gracie, is just contact the unemployment office just to get that straightened out. Because without me knowing every single detail about it, I don't want to tell you anything that's incorrect. Yeah. Job? Yeah, you definitely, when you are certifying, Gracie, definitely report that your employer paid you. Yeah, that's actually the best advice right there. Will fathers on child support receive a stimulus check this time? So they will garnish the stimulus check for child support. Joseph said, even though they told me to apply for PUA, after PEUC went to 0 December 1st, could I be eligible for the PEUC extension and skip December? Joseph, I'm kind of in that situation too. I'm not sure exactly what happens, and I'm very curious considering I'm in that situation. So I'm not 100% sure, but I will definitely keep you posted once. I have a feeling that's something that we're not going to know until the states give that information out to us. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure about that. Tucker says, it tells me if I'm still unemployed after the 26th to file a new claim, but should I not because they just extended it? It depends on what you're collecting. If you're currently on PEUC either PEUC or PUA, then I would not file a brand new claim since they just extended it. So if you're on one of those two programs, then definitely don't do anything new. Darlene, if your money stops, can you get the money? I'm not sure what that means. Sorry, guys, the chat went bonkers. Kevin, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Jennifer says, Michigan has a $465 million stimulus. Can workers can get up to $1,650? Is there an application? I'm not sure about state-specific stimuluses or extensions of unemployment. Some states automatically would send them the checks out. Other states, you would have to apply. So I'm not sure. Diamond, if you just exhausted your PUA, like within the past week, then I would assume it would just start back up. However, like I said, if it expired or exhausted a couple weeks ago or like a couple months ago, then the states will give you direction on what you need to do next. Karen says, my unemployment ran out December 20th. I was on PEUC, so I filed for regular unemployment. Still have 3 months left on the claim. Okay, so your PEUC just expired. I'm not sure what state you're in, Karen. Some states do offer extended benefits. But yeah, if your PEUC just ran out, then I would think the best thing to do would be stay on PEUC and ride that out. However, if you file for regular unemployment and if you're approved, then regular unemployment should definitely be what you should stay on. At least that's what my understanding is. I don't think. Yeah, I can't imagine that you would be approved for regular unemployment since your claim hasn't expired. So I would think that you would be placed back onto PEUC. Sorry, I kind of circled around there. So will the stimulus come next week? So great question. Hopefully the president will sign it and then get it on its way. The best, if you want the check next week, then make sure that the IRS has your direct deposit information. I have heard that checks could be sent out next week. Like people could receive their money in their bank accounts as long as they have direct deposits set up in the IRS website. I think it's like irs.gov or something like that. And then checks, like physical checks, would be sent out the following week. So it all depends on, I don't know if they could send the checks out if he hasn't even signed it yet, right? So right now, we don't know until he signs it. Ty says, unemployment PUA, do you have to reapply or something to get the extension? So again, if you're currently on PUA or PUC or extended benefits for that matter, you would just stay on it. However, if you exhausted one of those programs a couple weeks ago, some date in the past, the state will tell you how to proceed because all states are going to be different. Yeah, Trump did not sign it yet, James. Apparently, they're still printing off the bill because it's almost 6,000 pages. Jerry says, my claim expired. Should I just wait? No more money. So it depends on the program that you were on. If you're talking about your regular unemployment claim expired, then I would file for regular unemployment again. If you're talking about PEUC or PUA, then I would just hang tight till the states update their systems. Chris in North Carolina. Oh, Jennifer says they're telling me that I'm waiting for an adjuster to take a look at my claim. Yeah, that could take a while. Do I work for Congress? Oh God, no. Nope. I have no ties to anyone in Congress or the unemployment office or the federal government in any sort of way. Sorry, guys. I love that you guys are chatting with each other. That's awesome. Elaine says, I'm on my 39th week of PUA in New York. I was under the impression I had 49 weeks besides this new extension. So, yeah, New York did have additional weeks of, I can't remember if it was PUA or whatever, but yeah, New York did their own little unemployment extension. Trying to think if I'm assuming that because you have the state unemployment and the federal unemployment, I would assume they would want you to do the federal unemployment. But yeah, New York is tricky. I'm going to have to look into that. But regardless, you have an extension either way, so that's good. But I would definitely keep an eye out from any communication from New York unemployment. Trump just signed it? That's what Adrian just said. I don't have any websites up to even. Oh, and then someone said, I heard that Trump's not signing it. I don't know. Oh, yeah, if you guys get a chance, if you would like this video, that would be awesome. Oh, and I do go live Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, if he doesn't sign it, I did hear that there are enough votes in a Congress to override him not signing it. Oh, okay, cool. McConnell and Schumer said they will override his veto. Sweet. So abolisher, you get 167 weekly. So your new balance would be, or your new weekly check starting next week would be $467. So you tack on the $300 to your weekly benefit. I got disqualified from PUA and I didn't win my request. Is there any way to file a new claim for January 2021? Yeah, I mean, what do you have to lose? You might as well, right? If you got disqualified for PUA, I would totally. I guess it would depend on the reason why you got disqualified for PUA. I mean, could you maybe try for regular unemployment? If not, then yeah, I mean, I guess you could try again in the beginning of the year. Pamela says, hi, Kim. Hey, thanks for being here. I did have to reapply for PUC last week. Unemployment was extended and PUC was exhausted this week. And my portal said to reapply, and I did. Remember, I told you yesterday my UI was dropped on my card. Sorry, my phone's ringing. You did have to reapply for PUC. Isn't that interesting? Pamela, are you in Pennsylvania? Just curious. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, well, that's good. At least as long as you're getting paid, that's all that matters. Shoot. Brandy says, I wasn't able to file my unemployment claim this week because I claimed 39 weeks. So, yeah, that is my impression, Brandy. So December 26th comes around, you could just pick up where you left off. Yes, that would be my impression. So the last couple of weeks, you wouldn't be able to get paid, but starting next week, you would. However, in the event that you try to apply or certify, and the system may not let you because the states still have to update their systems, because it could take a couple weeks. I know someone from Georgia, I can't remember her name, said that it could take a couple months in Georgia, which seems really long for me. So do they have a update on when they will be receiving it? No, it all depends. Again, it all depends on the states and how quickly they can update their information. Broomstick, if you're currently receiving PUA, then you shouldn't have to apply for it. However, if it did expire like a month ago or so, or a couple weeks ago, it would all depend on the state if they want you to reapply. Yeah, and I'm not sure if the $300 would show up in your balance. Yeah, I don't think it. I think you're right, Job. I think your balance is going to be your state balance, and so the extra $300 would not be included in that. At least that's how it was before. So yeah, good. Thank you for that. And Job, thank you for replying to everyone. Ruben TV, if you've been filing your exhausted PUA, would they pay it back to you, or how's it working? So I'm assuming the way it would work is if it exhausted a couple weeks ago, but you're still filing, then you wouldn't get paid until next week when PUA becomes active again for you, if that makes any sense. Oh, oh yeah, and Breezy007, you're the best, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, if you could like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I always forget to say that. Thank you. So yeah, the extra $300 would start next week. Hester, you are welcome, and you have a great holiday as well. Again, I've done a lot of research, so hopefully I can help you guys a little bit. My New York unemployment ended last week, just filed a new claim. I did receive email saying that they're working on it. Anyone know a timeline? So if you received everything, yeah, New York, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, this is also the time of year where a lot of companies do winter layoffs. So there might be a backlog, not only because of the pandemic issue, but also because of the winter layoffs, right? So not sure the timeline of New York. If there's someone on here that maybe knows the answer. Oh, Nick, status of a pin. Haven't seen anything for 2 months. I don't want to jinx myself. So I don't know of anything. I know on the Pennsylvania unemployment website there are instructions, and I can't remember what they are, but I know that there are instructions about a PIN, and it's a shame that you have to wait for that because it's like you're so close to being able to file. So yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure. If you can, maybe you can get through chat just to see if you can get a status from them. Breezy007, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. And a Happy New Year. LaShonda, do we get all of that money back for PUA? So no, there's no retro pay. Val says, Val is in New Jersey. Sorry, and I just lost your question. Been unemployed since January 2019. Went through unemployment 2 extensions right now in November of now what? I'm in New Jersey. So I am thinking, you know what? You're in a tough situation. Just like our situation. So you ran out of everything, right? I don't know if, because in New Jersey, they have, obviously, just like every state, PEUC and PUA. So after you exhaust PEUC, you could qualify for PUA. I'm not sure if you went on PUA or not. So I have that question too. If you collected both PEUC and PUA, since they extended both programs, which one do you go back onto? So that is something that I will definitely find out. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know that answer right now. That's something really specific that the government's going to have to pass on to the states. Arlene says, what's the difference in PUA and FPUC? So FPUC, I'm not sure when you were on or started on unemployment, but the FPUC was a $600 boost that they created with the CARES Act. So on top of your state benefits, you would receive $600 on top of that. That expired in July. Now, PUA is an unemployment program, mostly specifically for people that are unemployed or independent contractors. However, there's several other reasons why you could get on PUA. So PUA is an unemployment program that they created for the pandemic, and FPUC is just a boost in unemployment. So next week, we would start a $300 boost. And I'm not sure if they're also calling that $300 the FPUC. They might be. So if you're hearing that term, that's what it is. It's just extra $300 a week. Joanne, what if your week's expired? So it depends on what program you were on. if your week's expired, then you should be able to get back onto either PUA or PUC. I know Boomstick. I wonder that too. I know that President-elect Biden did want to give retro pay for that money. So the question is, sorry, I should probably answer that, is do you think that we'll ever get the retro for FPUC between September and December? I know that Biden did want to do that. It'll be interesting to see what he does in the beginning of the year. When he re-reviews this unemployment stuff, which he should be doing, so he says. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm curious myself because I know it would definitely help out a lot of people. So Pamela, did you reapply for PEUC? Because it says that you have a new balance. Well, after, I'm not sure what state you're in, but depending on the state, you could receive a new balance for extended benefits, because after you exhaust your PEUC, in most states, you would then roll on to extended benefits. So it depends. I can't remember what state you were in. So Andre, is our money coming next week for sure? Stimulus check, they're looking to get that into people's bank accounts next week. However, for unemployment, it would depend on how quickly they can update their systems. Abolisher, thanks so much for your YouTube, has helped me a lot. Thank you, Abolisher. I appreciate it. And you guys help me too. So yeah, I mean, if there's anything that I'm just trying to do something that would hopefully help people, because it's a crazy time. Is PUA like UIA? I'm not sure what UIA is. I apologize. I want to know about the stimulus check, $600. So Andre, and I can't remember. Sorry, once I get through a certain point, the chat just like, okay, so $600. So every adult will receive $600. Every child will receive $600 stimulus check. So a family of 4 will receive $2,400. However, adult dependents do not receive the $600. So if you have a child that was the age of 17 or above, when you filed and you claim them as a dependent, when you did your 2019 taxes, they would not qualify for the $600. And if you make less than $100 in unemployment, wait, I'm getting never mind. Forget about that. I don't even know why I even said that. So Gary, it would depend on the state. So if you exhausted either your PUA or PEUC, your state will then determine if you do need to reapply or if they will automatically enroll you. So keep an eye out for any communication from your state. What happens if your week's expired? So just like I said to Gary, whatever program that you were on, you'll have to wait to receive communication from your state to see how they direct you. Andre. Oh, about the debit card. Okay. So if you have your banking information on the IRS website, then you'll get a direct deposit. So bottom line, you'll get paid the same way that you got paid last time. Oh, okay. Bobby says, I was told it would be 3 to 4 weeks before any money will come through. So it could be for unemployment, depending on how quickly the states get this up and running. Tin Man, MPA, if my PUC expires December 26th, am I automatically? So, Tin Man, after PUC comes extended benefits. That's a good question. I can't imagine that you would have to apply for PUC. I guess my initial thought was you would then be transitioned on to extended benefits. However, because PUC would, yeah, I would imagine that. I mean, the good thing is when you file for PUC and extended benefits in Pennsylvania, it's the same, you do it the same way. So the good thing is, I'm assuming that for your case specifically, they would just extend PUC, but how ironic that the last time would be on December 26th. So yeah, that would be my thought. But like I said, in PA, just keep filing because you're going to be filing the same. The only difference is for extended benefits in Pennsylvania only, you would see a button that specifically says file for EB or file for extended benefits. But yeah, I would assume that you wouldn't have to reapply for it. It would automatically just roll over. Oh, Darren, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, I try. And, it's so hard because there are some hateful people out there. Joby says the extra $100 is only for gig workers who are also on unemployment. Yeah, thank you for clearing that up because, yeah, I'm not 100% sure of the $100. I read it yesterday and then I just totally confused myself. Michael says, when they said that unemployment would be $300 per week. So, great question. And that's what I hate reading some of these news articles because they're like, yeah, unemployment, $300 a week. But they forget about the fact that the $300 is on top of what you're receiving for your state benefits. So if you are receiving $200 a week, then you will now be receiving $500 a week. One, if they will garnish your stimulus check if you do owe child support. Colorado is telling people you would have to get back onto PEUC because PUA is only if you don't qualify for the state side of the benefits. Awesome. Thank you for that clarification, William. That makes total sense. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Thank you for that because a lot of people like myself are wondering that, but cool. You know what? I'm actually going to copy that. Cool. Thank you very much for that information. Bree says, if I run out of pandemic irregular unemployment in Texas, should I reapply, appeal, or it'll update automatically? So you should, again, it depends on the state, whether they would want you to reapply, but you should get placed back onto, well, wait, Texas. I have to see if Texas has extended benefits or not. If you exhausted, you should be on extended benefits. Extended benefits comes after PEUC in some states like Texas. But if you've exhausted everything, then Texas will communicate with you on how you should proceed. What about Ohio? Sorry, now I lost my spot in chat. Sorry, hold on. So not sure what you're asking specifically about Ohio. B, if you can clarify. Oh, Arlene, thank you very much. Sometimes towards the end of the live stream, my brain gets a little mushy. So thank you. I appreciate that. John says, my unemployment balance is 0, but I'm authorized to get unemployment until April of 2021. Do I need to contact someone on unemployment, or do I just roll into $300 a week? So yeah, I mean, as long as you're collecting some sort of unemployment, you will definitely get that extra $300. So live, my PEUC balance is 0. How long does it take for extended benefits to get set up? So great question. In Pennsylvania, it only takes like 2 days. So I'm assuming every state would hopefully be that quick. Hopefully a week at the most. So hopefully that helps. Dennis, great question. Dennis is in New Jersey. Extended benefits will end mid-March. Will the additional 11 weeks of PEUC be available to me after its entirety? So I'm a little fuzzy on this. I'll be honest with you. You could possibly receive a couple weeks of PEUC. Yeah, I'm not sure until April 5th, because although everything expires May 14th, there is like a phase out period until April 5th, but I'm not quite sure if that would apply for you in your specific situation. What I'm going to do is kind of wait and see how the government communicates to the states, and then kind of just go through that information. And then after reading that, I'll definitely give you an answer. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, of how the phasing out period ends. I'm not sure if that's for like new people on PEUC, or if that's someone, yeah, so I'm not sure on that, but I will definitely look into that. John says, go to unemploymentpua.com. It shows all the states getting the PEUC. I don't think I've heard of that website. I'll have to check it out. Okay. James says, I ran out of unemployment and the government extension ran out too. Will I get that? Okay, yeah. So if you're totally out of unemployment, I would wait for communication from your specific state, and to number one, see what program you would then go on. I would probably assume it would be back to PEUC, but then they would give you direction if you have to reapply for it, or if you can just log in and then the balance automatically appears. So each state will be doing that differently. B says, so do I have to reapply? I was canceled before my extended benefits were up due to unemployment rate. I still had a balance. Oh, so you were caught in that vicious. That's what I hate about extended benefits, because you feel some sort of relief knowing that you're going to get extended benefits, but at the same time, the state can retract them at any point. Yeah, B, obviously you should roll back onto PEUC. However, definitely wait until you get communication from the state whether you would have to reapply for that or not. Vic Man, what about unemployment? I didn't receive the new payment today, but it was passed. It might be, Vic Man, I'm not sure what state you are in. Who knows? There might be some specific issues with the state itself. If you have any state-specific questions, there might be a couple of Facebook groups you can go into, but I'm not sure of. Yeah, it could be. I mean, the best thing to do is obviously contact your unemployment office just to see what's going on with that. Oh, Michael, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Sorry, I'm going. Yeah, Trump didn't sign it yet. Yeah, definitely call them. How much is the federal taxes on the 10% boost? So it'll work the same way as the extra $600. So you're definitely going to get taxed on it. Oh, but stimulus checks, you will not get taxed on. However, um, the taxes would be the same as what it was for the extra $600. I know that in some states you can elect to have them keep 10%. So all depends on, the tax bracket that you're in. Would depend on how much taxes you have to pay on it. Yeah, Job, thank you. Yeah, regular unemployment, Miss D, you should totally get the extra $300 a month as well. So, Lainey, great question. Go to the IRS website, and you should be able to log in and change that information. And actually, let me see if I have it here. Is it irs.gov or something? And you might have to verify your 2019 information. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, it's like irs.gov. And if you go to the video that I did earlier today, go in the description, and there's a link to an article that shows you 7 ways how you can get your stimulus check faster. Yes, state unemployment is extended, as well as the booster. Does PUA automatically roll over? Yeah, if you're currently receiving it, then yes, it would just be extended. So instead of you getting paid for 39 weeks, you would then get paid for 50 weeks. So do PUA recipients have to reapply after Elapse? It would all depend on the state. That's what I'm reading. So it all depends. As usual, we have to wait for the state. Jags, great question. How can you claim a 3-month-old baby born 2020? So you wouldn't be able to get a stimulus check for your 3-month-old. However, I guess the good thing is you would receive a tax deduction for that money. So although you're physically not going to see it now, you'll see parts of it when you do your taxes. So that's what really stinks. It's all when you filed in 2019. That's the information that they're taking it from. Oh, Jamie, great question. Do people on PUA have to show proof of income to continue receiving it? Yeah, great question. And I didn't cover this. So if you have been on PUA, you have 90 days to show your proof of income. If you are new to claiming PUA, you only have 21 days to prove your income. Now, if you're on PUA because you have to stay at home with a child because daycare is closed, like if you're on PUA for different reasons than being self-employed, then I'm assuming you don't have to apply any proof of income. You just have to probably state why you're collecting. And thank you guys for answering other people's questions. I do appreciate it. Yeah, X, definitely keep. Oh, okay, cool. I thought I lost my spot. Yeah, if you can, no matter what program you were on, definitely keep filing. If the system will let you, definitely. Diane says, do you think they mean proof of income before you applied? Yeah. So like your 2019 income is probably what they're looking for. You're welcome, Jags. And again, thank you for replying to a lot of the people, because I get so lost in chat because they're going so fast. And I'm in Colorado. I just logged in. My PUC expired 3 weeks ago, and I switched to PUA. Can I get back on a PUC once the extension is approved? Okay, so based on, I had that question as well, because that's kind of my situation too. But based on, and I can't remember who said it, and I do apologize because it was a great comment. I wanted to copy that. Did I copy that somewhere? But yeah, hopefully you would then go back onto PEUC, because PUA was set up specifically for self-employed. So that's, I would go in that direction, but obviously let's just wait until the states tell us what we need to do. I'm in North Carolina. My POA ended last week. What should I do? Definitely keep filing. It will take states some time to update their systems with this new information, but definitely keep filing, and your PUA will eventually be extended after they make the coding changes. Yeah, X says, hopefully the states actually do this right, because it seems like we might have to reapply. Yeah, and unfortunately, it all depends on the state and what they want you to do. Ash says, what if this extension is approved? When should we be expecting to file again? So great question. Definitely keep filing. But it might take a couple weeks for the systems to update. But if you can, then definitely keep on filing on the program that you're currently on. Amy says, Amy has 4 weeks left on PUC. Will the 11 weeks be added by then? Oh, yeah, well, I would hope so. Can't guarantee, but yeah, I would totally hope so. Hopefully you won't see any lapse. Okay, so Jessica, did I already answer that? Jessica said, I'm in North Carolina, my POA exhausted. I have a zero balance. What do I do? You would then have to wait for the state to update their system. If you can, definitely keep certifying. However, if there is some sort of lapse of when you last received payment until the effective date of next week, they could ask you to reapply. So definitely just keep an eye out on communication from your state. Lativia, I'm in Florida and it expires the 26th, but you have a balance. Will you lose it on? That's a good question. I'm thinking that what they would do is tack on the 11 weeks onto your $9,200, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, Diana, cool. In Georgia, they told us all to keep filing. Perfect. Christopher says, reports are saying the extended benefits will kick in on the 26th with no lapse. Does that mean if you exhausted your benefits, you could get it next week if you keep filing? Yeah, I mean, as long as the state systems are updated, then yeah, you could totally do it. You could totally receive payment and not get a lapse. But obviously with Christmas coming up, who knows how long it's going to take. Why hasn't Trump signed the bill? I heard that they were printing 5,500 pages of it. But luckily, there should be enough votes in Congress that even if President Trump doesn't sign it, they could still overturn it. So when do we see the money come? Will we see the money coming in next week? Again, it all depends on how quickly the state systems are updated. Slap the mix. Will Biden extend us till October? Yeah, I know that he definitely does want it extended. It's something that he, or at least I recently read, he was looking to do, work on at the end of January. So October, it wouldn't surprise me that he would want it extended until October. Kenneth said, I've been trying to get my 3 months back pay. Any suggestions? I just stay on hold for hours and hours, and I'm in Texas. I know, and I think that's the worst thing, because you're trying to call and you're on hold. Or God forbid, you actually get through and then the person can't help you. Anyway, that was my situation. So you could maybe try an email. I know for the state of Pennsylvania, they tell you to email, but then you do and you still don't hear anything. Unfortunately, I keep on trying, and I know that that's awful. I know that there are some auto dial apps for your phone. I think maybe for Android. I don't know if that helps, but yeah, I don't know if Texas has either a chat that you can use or obviously send them an email. I know for the unemployment side, not PUA, but the unemployment side of Pennsylvania, the chat feature is pretty good. I've had really good luck with that. But calling PUA is a nightmare. Paul says, I still have money left in my account. Will they pay me that? So it depends on what program you were on. So if you're on like extended benefits, then yeah, you would totally ride that out and then go back on a PUC. If you're on PUC or PUA, then I would think that they would leave that money in your account and they would just add on the 11 weeks on top, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Bruce, yes, if you're currently collecting state unemployment, you would definitely qualify for the federal boost that is supposed to be effective next week. So Shane, great question. I need to do more research on that. The extra $100 on top of the $300 for unemployment. So the extra $100 is something that has to do with if you're self-employed and you're on PUA and you make more than $5,000, I think, then maybe you would get the extra $100. But yeah, I need to do my research. But I know it's definitely regarding PUA and being self-employed. And then there's something about $5,000. So I have to get clarification on that. Jay Gonzalez, yeah, you'll definitely get the $300 on top of your regular unemployment. So LaShonda, if you certified on the 21st, the extra $300 you would get on the December 27th or later. Is that on a Sunday, the 27th? Yeah. So when you file next week is when you would get paid for the extra $300. Mike says he has to sign over 5,000 pages. Yeah, and how did Congress even get through that, right? Like reading that. Oh my gosh. Antonio, great question. In Arkansas, you did your PUA claim. So the systems definitely do need to update. So we need some time to get the programming done on that. So give it a little time, and hopefully your state will communicate with you and kind of give you a heads up on when their systems would be updated. But yeah, just look out for communication. But if the system lets you, keep on filing. Yeah, Chris, I'm not sure how the income work, the income, like what they're looking for specifically. And it looks like it started or would start with this new bill. you would see the extra $300 starting next week, no matter what unemployment program that you are on. Amy says, do you think that, yeah, I hear that too. Like, would we actually receive the $600 stimulus check next week? I don't know. First, we need to figure out either Trump has to sign it or they need to somehow get this into law, right? So that's the first hurdle, which it's Tuesday night. I mean, they say that they can get the payments out quickly if people have direct deposit set up. So I guess it could happen. But then you have Christmas holiday, then you have New Year's, or New Year's Day. So you have 2 holidays in the next 2 weeks. I can't imagine it would be any sooner than the end of next week. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Derek, you'll see the extra $300 when you file next week. Thank you, Job. Am I saying that right, Job? Okay, cool. You will need to earn at least $5,000 on a 9 W-2 wage to qualify for the extra $100. I'm going to copy that because that is good info to know. Yes, rental assistance was part of this, Raymond. I don't know specifics on that, but Raymond, if you go to a YouTube channel, Meet Kevin, he has a video specifically, I think he did it yesterday, on rental assistance, because I'm not even going to do research on that. I mean, I'll research it from a high level, but my brain can only handle unemployment. But yeah, anyway, just so yeah, go to Meet Kevin, and he did a video on it yesterday. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no retro. Yes, PUC, all unemployment programs, no matter what you're on, will be receiving the $300 boost. Okay, so Christopher says, I exhausted all my benefits in September, but in Alabama just told us to keep filing. Will I get retro from regular unemployment when the extended benefits kick back in? If you've exhausted all of your benefits in September and the new bill has the program starting back up in December, so there's like a 4-month lapse, unfortunately, there is no retro payments. Yes, PUA, you definitely get the $300. So, Christine, I'm ineligible because I was in the extended benefits, but it also says I'm active till February. Will I get the extra 11 weeks? Okay, so yeah, I can imagine why you're confused. So what should happen is, because you extended your extended benefits, starting next week, you should qualify for extended benefits. I mean, no, scratch that. I'm getting confused because there's 2 things I need to mention. So you should be placed back onto PEUC in your state, which I'm not sure what that is. So you may need to apply for PEUC again. Your state will communicate how you need to proceed with that. So you would start next week being on PEUC. However, because your unemployment claim expires in February, then the day after your unemployment claim expires, you should, at least this is from what Pennsylvania's been telling people, you should file for unemployment all over again after your claim expires. Hopefully that made sense. Andre, yeah, that whole back pay is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. If you can, definitely get in contact with someone because it's a nightmare. Jean, not self-employed, do I qualify for the extra $100? No, it doesn't look like that you would. What do I need to show in Texas? If it's proof of income. Yeah, I'm not probably your 2019 tax return. I'm assuming that's what they would maybe want. Logan, will you be able to do your weekly? Because it says is exhausted. So it depends on how quickly the states update their systems. If you would be able to actually go in and file, you can definitely try. But hopefully, and no matter what state you live in, hopefully the states will eventually communicate all this information out to us. But the hard part is they have to wait for the federal government to give that information to them. So it might be a while. But yeah, if you can, keep on certifying. Andy, yes, keep on filing for PEUC if the system lets you. Diana says, they say Trump is going to be in Florida for Christmas. I need him to sign soon. My daughter turned 17 on Saturday. Well, happy birthday. And I'm assuming she's a senior. I have a senior as well. Sorry, I'm getting caught up. Diana, you're good though, because in 2019, when you did your taxes, I'm assuming that she was 16. So you should be good to receive a $600 stimulus check for her. So you're good. Carrie says that if you certify on the 31st, how long before the $300? So the $300 you would get for next week. However, it all depends on how long it takes for the states to update their systems. That's the hard part. Diedrich, you're the greatest. Thank you. I appreciate that. My brain's starting to get to mush from talking, but thank you. I'm trying. Yeah, Amy, I hear you. I wish Trump would have signed it first thing in the morning too. Graphic design, yes, keep on filing, no matter how much of a balance you have. All of us have to pay rent. Yeah, Amy, I know. Yeah, we got mortgages, rents, all that good stuff. Ronald, $300 starts next week. Yeah, if the system lets you, definitely keep on filing. But if the system doesn't let you, obviously that's a constraint in the system itself, and then you won't be able to until they update the system. So yeah, if the system lets you, definitely keep on filing. Gregory, so you're looking to get, how long will it take for them to send a check? So what people are saying is, if you have a bank account on file, you would get the money next week. However, checks would be sent out the following week, which I guess would be the first week in January. One place I saw it would be sent out the second week in January, but recently, as in the last, early this morning, I think it was, checks would be sent out the first week in January. Yes, Ron. Yes, we gave many countries money. For those of you that maybe weren't on earlier, hold on. Yeah, see those countries? And then if you see at the bottom, it says American people, citizens, $600. And sorry, that's probably backwards. I apologize. But yeah, we give a lot of money to a lot of countries. Paul says, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, thank you guys for having patience, because I always run behind on chat. So thank you. Dante, how do we get $400 a week? So Job has been graciously enough to put this. To get the extra $100, you have to earn at least $5,000 in non-W-2 wages to qualify for the extra $100. So Jean, will PUA end after March 14th? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a dead off cutoff date or if you have remaining weeks, if you could then collect until April 5th. So that's kind of a gray area in my mind. However, I'm sure that once Biden gets into office, at least from what I'm hearing, one of the first things he wants to do is extend unemployment as well as give another stimulus check. So, yes, as of now, it would end after March 14th. But like I said, if you do have weeks left, you might be able to collect till the beginning of April too. I'm not quite sure on that. Ronald, if the system lets you, yeah, definitely keep filing. Totally. Abolisher, if you get $167 a week, your new balance or your new weekly pay would be $467 because you would take the $167 and add $300 to that. Amy, you are amazing. God bless you and your family as well, and everyone in this group. Merry Christmas. You are very sweet. Thank you for that. If you exhausted your benefits, what if you're still on the system? So, William, yeah, it would depend on, like, if you exhausted everything for a while, it would depend on the state if they would want you to reapply, or you can just keep certifying. If you can keep certifying, however, make sure you watch out for any communication from your specific state. So the 31st is on a Thursday, so that's when I will be able to claim that they're $300. So, Carrie, the extra $300 should be effective the week of December 27th. So yeah, when you go to file on the 31st, that the $300 should be included in that. But definitely give the states time to update their systems in case you don't see that money right away. Oh God, Chris, no. Okay, we're getting good at this now. Take Nancy's position. Oh my God, can you imagine? That would be, that would be crazy. I don't have a $24,000 refrigerator. Like, what? That's just crazy. Job says, go to the portal. I'm assuming the IRS portal and update your banking information when the portal goes live. Oh, okay. So it's not live yet. I wasn't sure. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. Ron, I'm not too familiar with grants, especially in the state of Utah, let alone in my own state. So I apologize for that. I'm not sure. Gregory, when will I actually have the enhanced unemployment in my account? So it'll take some time, probably a couple weeks for the systems, the states to update their systems. So give it a couple weeks. Hopefully it won't take a couple weeks, but Lala, one issue, a monetary eligible 21 days for a decision. I've exhausted my PEC, but it still lets me file. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to wait until they get your issue resolved, but definitely keep on filing if you can. All right, DJ, how are you? System will not allow you to refile if you have exhausted your benefits. That was my experience. How do you apply for PUA in Tennessee? I am not sure. Best thing to do is just do go to Tennessee's unemployment website, and I'm sure that there'll be some sort of PUA, something regarding PUA, and definitely follow those instructions because unfortunately it's different in every single state. Ronald, yeah, no, me too. Ronald says, not trying to be negative, but I have this gut feeling that Trump is not going to sign the bill. Totally. The good thing is, apparently, supposedly, there's enough votes in Congress that even if he doesn't sign it, it could still pass, or it will still pass because there are enough votes. So hopefully that eases your mind a little bit. Just started my extended benefits. This is from John from Michigan. Will that revert back to PUC or will it stay extended benefits? So what I've read is if you are currently on extended benefits, you would stay on extended benefits until that is done. Then you would go back to PEUC. This is Joyce. If you work two full-time jobs but lost one because of the pandemic, could you qualify for PUA? I doubt it. Because even if you work full-time, you were a W-2 employee, your first avenue would be regular unemployment before PUA. But yeah, PUA, I don't think you would qualify. However, I mean, it all depends on how much money you make. But I would first apply for regular unemployment before applying for PUA. So if you apply for regular unemployment, you're denied. You could try for PUA. Yes, if you file for unemployment starting next week, you will receive the $300. Again, you may not physically receive that money because the states have to update their systems first, but you will eventually receive it. And that would start just the week of December 27th. So hopefully that answers a couple of the questions. Scott, in my regular unemployment benefits will switch overseas. I'm not sure what you're asking, Scott. I apologize. Lou says, I live in Louisiana and I have 2 weeks left. And they say I have to wait till 2 weeks is over to refile. Am I going to get the extra $300? Oh, yeah, totally. Starting. Oh, yeah. Joe already answered you anyway. But yes, you will. Starting next week. Sorry, guys, I lost my spot. I thought I was close to the end I thought I was caught up, but clearly I am not. Okay, I think I'm caught up with myself. Yeah, if you guys can, for the stimulus check to get it faster, when they open up the IRS portal, definitely go in there and update your direct deposit information. Lou, thank you for being here and Merry Christmas. All right, DJ. Thank you. You be all that too. Amy, you are welcome. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I do appreciate your thanks. Sandy says, I'm on Alabama PUC and self-employed. Will I qualify for the extra $100 plus $300 or just get the $100? So unfortunately, you can't be on two programs at once, meaning you can't collect PUC and PUA. And I do believe that the extra $100 was specifically for PUA. So because you're on PUC, at least in my thinking, you would only receive the extra $300 boost. Okay, fully loaded. My PUA exhausted on the 13th. I didn't get it this week because it already exhausted. So will I get the $300 extension? Yes. So you would definitely, your PUA weeks will be extended effective next week, and you would get the extra $300 on top of that. Again, effective starting next week. Now, again, it will take time for states to update their systems. However, if you do have the ability to file, then keep on filing. Yes, Sadie, you when you go to file next week, you would qualify for the extra $300. Gregory, I'm not sure how to get a EIP card. I apologize. I'm sure it would be, if you're talking about the stimulus check, I'm assuming, I'm hoping it should be on the IRS website, I would imagine. I would hope, but I'm not 100% sure. Scott, I haven't heard anything about a phone hearing. So if anyone in the chat has gone through that, that would be awesome. If you can help Scott out. Oh, cool, Kenneth. Thank you for answering Gregory. How many weeks of the $300 will we get initially? 11. My next, Sadie said, my next certification is December 27th. Well, I get the extra 11 weeks to continue with POA till March. Yes. Hester, I know. Isn't that the worst that they don't answer their phones, and if you do get through, they don't call you back. It's a nightmare. Gregory, yeah, there might be a gap. So there might be a gap in payment because the states have to, number one, get the information from the government, and then they need to figure out how to program their systems to be able to handle all these changes. So I would definitely expect a gap. Angela says, will we get our normal POA next week with the extension extended? So again, it all depends on how quickly they can update their systems. But definitely keep on filing if you can. Kay, are you serious? Meet Kevin, who's a YouTuber that I was talking to you guys about, is live, and Trump is not signing the bill. Thanks, Kay, for that information. Wow. As Victoria says, can Trump veto the bill? So the good thing is, from what I've heard, and hopefully Meet Kevin will say this, but hopefully there are definitely more votes in Congress to override it. Yeah, Chris, right? Yeah, $24,000 fridge. Yeah, that's what I heard. Nancy Pelosi has a $24,000 fridge. Oh, Gregory, thank you. Happy holidays to you as well. Oh, Trump is mad about the money for the foreign countries. Okay, I give him that. I'm okay with that. Okay, Job said, doesn't matter if Trump signs. McConnell and Schumer already said that they would override his veto. Veto. Yeah, I'm not happy about that money too. I want that money to come to us, right? Or at least to food assistance or SNAP programs or something. Like, why does all that money have to go to them? And if you guys haven't liked the video, please like it and subscribe. Thank you. Have to give a little plug, right? Are they going to give us $300 retro to December 1st? Unfortunately, no. It will start next week. So Victoria, if you've been off of unemployment since October, can you file for it? So if your unemployment benefit year has expired, then you can definitely file for regular unemployment all over again. However, if maybe you've just exhausted all the programs, then depending on the state, they may ask you to reapply for PEUC, but definitely keep an eye out on communication from your state. But like I said, if your unemployment, your original unemployment claim has expired, then you can definitely try to apply for regular unemployment again. Oh my God, are you serious, Kay? Trump said the revise of the bill and put $2,000 stimulus on it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, back child support. Sorry, I know I missed a couple questions. Back child support, they will take back child support out of your stimulus check. Gosh, just when I thought I was getting closer to getting caught up with you guys. Stevie says $300 boost. That will start next week. Gene says, what is unemployment counting on W-2 to qualify for the extra $100? So that is if you have earned at least $5,000 on non-W-2 wages, you could qualify for the extra $100. After 11 weeks, will we be able to get back on a regular UI claim for PUA? Were you originally on unemployment, Gregory? I think it would depend. So like if you're on regular unemployment, then you went to PEUC, then maybe you went to extended benefits, then maybe you went on to PUA. It depends on kind of what track, but regardless of if you collected PEUC or PUA in the past, then yeah, there is a possibility that you could get back on to one of them. Now it would depend on the state if they would automatically just throw you on there, or you may have to apply. Do I have to prove everything again? I'm assuming, Scott, that if you already did it once, I can't imagine that they would want it again because it's already there, right? Wesley is in PA. This is the last week of PUC. Will they be starting extended benefit? Yeah, that's a good question. I had that question earlier. I'm assuming they would start PEUC or they would extend PEUC, but the good thing is, in the state of Pennsylvania, when you go to file PEUC and extended benefits, you do it the same way. The only difference is for extended benefits, you would see a button that would specifically say extended benefits on it, like file for EB. So if I were you, just keep filing as you normally would. But I'm assuming that they would probably keep you on PEUC. But like I said, if you go to log in, you go to file for PEUC and you see that extended benefits button, that means that they already set you up with extended benefits. So then, yeah, that's a tough one. Because if you were in the middle of collecting extended benefits, the deal on the bill is you would ride that out. You would keep filing for extended benefits till you were done. Then you would go back on to PEUC. So let me know what you find out. So yeah, Sunday's going to be interesting because I'm thinking that if you just ran out, your extended benefits it should be set up by now, if not in the next day or two anyway. So I bet if you log into your dashboard on Friday, you might already be set up with extended benefits. So yeah, that's a tough one. So now I'm thinking about it, you might already be set up with extended benefits or you're in the process, but definitely let me know. But the good thing is when you go to file your biweekly claim, it's the same way, right? So that's good. You're welcome, John. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Virginia is going to be the same way as every other state, Terry. So they're extending PUA and PUC effective starting next week, as well as giving the $300 boost on top of that. Oh, and Joe, after my long answer, Joe also answered extension. Okay, cool. Whew. Yeah, that's a tough one because technically the bill hasn't passed yet. So I would think that, anyway, I'll just get off. But Wesley, please let me know what they do. Victoria, the rules are going to be the same in Texas as every other state. Happy holidays. Thank you. And you have a very long name, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but thank you. Thank you for being here. If you head back to the support, Jody and Chris Reynolds, if you head back to the support and you didn't get it this time, will your kids get it? Not sure what you're asking. It should work the same as it did with the other stimulus check. So hopefully that answers your question. Sandy says he will not sign. Yeah, okay, so he's not signing it. He's asking to throw out the 600 and replace it with 2,000. Oh, he just vetoed the bill. Thank you guys for keeping us updated. Wow. I'm on regular unemployment. This is Scott's question. Regular unemployment, it's exhausted. What happens now? And you're very smart. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Sometimes, especially when I've been doing this for a while, I get a little mushy in my brain. No, you know why? I had to do all this research for my own family. So, so yeah, Scott, you should definitely be going on PEUC next. And hopefully it should be an easy transition for you. Meaning when you go to file, hopefully it'll be the same. I'm not sure what state you are in, but hopefully, yeah, it should be an easy transition. But again, because of this bill being extended, actually, if you're last, yeah, so if you're not in the middle of PEUC, regardless, you're going to go on PEUC. Sorry. Kenneth says, Gregory, you will keep. Okay, yeah, this is good. Kenneth, thank you for saying this. And this is a good blanket statement. You'll be covered as long as Congress keeps approving more funds. The programs are designed to put you into whatever you would qualify for automatically. So, yeah, and that brings up a good point, because although I'm giving you my experience with all this unemployment stuff, of course, your specific situation might be different, right, than the norm. I'm just going based on my personal experience. Oh, Bardo, my POA was supposed to end December 26th, but it extended 12/13. However, your claim is still active until. Okay, so you're in Ohio, so they decided to be nice and cut POA early, which is not fun. So yeah, I would imagine that I would keep filing. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they probably stopped you from filing, but it might take some time for Ohio to update their system. So keep on filing if you can. Again, it might be a system constraint that they won't let you. Hopefully, Ohio will be in communication with you and tell you approximately when you would be able to refile again. But so yeah, long story short, they might have to update their systems before you can even start to file. Amazing. Trump said to revise the bill and put $2,000 on it. Wow. Yeah, thank you for that information, Kay. You rock. Eduardo, I don't have direct deposit. What should I do now? Can I get my second stimulus by mail? So, Eduardo, you should get the stimulus the same as you got the last time. Now, if you can set up direct deposit on the IRS portal. If you don't do that, then yeah, I do believe the next option would be a check. So if you don't have direct deposit set up, then I do believe you would then get it by check. Unbelievable. Michael says, Michael, thank you for being here. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you being here. There's no stimulus. Oh my gosh. So if you have back child support, your kids won't get a check. So yeah, it looks like if you owe child support, then you yourself would not receive the stimulus check. That money would go to your ex-spouse or your baby's, where it would go to wherever you owe the money to. I didn't know how to say that correctly. So, Trish, yeah, it may not be open now. Hopefully they'll open. I think I read it from someone in the chat that they hopefully soon they will be opening. So definitely keep on checking. Michael says there's no money going out. Stimulus no go. Oh, but Job, thank you. Yeah, you said it exactly. Yeah, child support will redirect, just like it did last time. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm reading the comments about Trump signing or not signing. Oh my God. I'm just shaking my head. Like, what is going on? Vincent, I just got a letter from unemployment and they automatically put me on. Okay. So yeah, actually, Vincent, it's not FPUC, it's actually PEUC, and you should get the same amount of money that you were receiving on regular unemployment. And then starting next week, you would then qualify for an extra $300 on top of that. Michael says he's not getting anything. Trump did not sign it. Oh my God. If he does it, then get them to approve the $2,000. I will have to forgive him for all that. Oh my God. Are you flipping crazy? Oh my gosh. I agree. They need to give the stimulus money to everyone. I mean, my gosh, like, I'm sorry, but a 17-year-old is still a dependent. A 20-year-old is still dependent if they're in college. Like, I agree, Joseph. I agree with you 100%. All the money that are being sent overseas, but only $600 for Americans. So, Michael, did they take it out like 100%? Or I wonder how if they would just take out that one section, or oh my God. Okay, Dallas Cowboys 365. I'm assuming you might be from Texas. I'm from, never mind. I won't even get into Philly, into football. Anyway, so yeah, you're in California. What are the qualifications? So starting next week, no matter what unemployment program you were on, you will receive the extra $300 boost. And it'll be $300 on top of your state benefits. Can Congress override his decision? Yeah, I was told that there were enough votes in Congress to override his veto, but I guess we will just see what happens. Whew. So do I need to apply for regular unemployment as I was denied PUA? Yeah, I would definitely do that. You should always, not you specifically, but if someone is questioning what program to apply for, then the person should always start with regular unemployment. And then if they get denied, then move on to PUA. So yeah, definitely try for regular unemployment. Joshua, you only get $95 in unemployment a week. So the good thing is, unlike the LWA payments, and I believe this is clear, you still qualify for the extra $300. So instead of you getting $95, you would now receive $395 a week. What do I do if my balance are at zero? So not sure what program you were on, but they are looking to extend PEUC and PUA if they pass this freaking bill. So I don't know, again, you would revert back to the program that you were on, depending on how recently you were off the program, you could have to reapply depending on the state and what they want their people to do. And if you can, yeah, thank you for that, Job. Keep on certifying. Scott, thank you, because it takes 4 hours to even talk to a real person. I know. Isn't it ridiculous? And that's what I truly love about you guys and this community, because you guys help each other out. And obviously, I don't know everything. I don't know a lot. Suki, if I missed out on stimulus because someone claimed me, I need this PUA extension. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's a shame that you don't qualify for the stimulus too, which is unbelievable. Rachel, how do I get my pay from March to August? They said I'd get it by December. Yeah, that's always the back pay is always the hardest thing. It's, if you can, try to get in touch with someone at the unemployment office. Each state's different, unfortunately. JD, will PUA continue? So if they pass this bill, PUA will continue another 11 weeks. Keep an eye out from communication from your state. If you had exhausted PUA, you could have to reapply depending on the state, or they could automatically enroll you depending on the specific state. So we'll have to figure out how they, how the states run that. You are welcome, Dallas Cowboy. Anytime. LCM, where did you find the foreign aid chart for the bill? I got it from a screenshot from a friend. So I will be honest with that. But I'm sure if, and I can try this too, do I have the link somewhere? I could, because if we get the bill, obviously it's 5,000 pages long. What we could do is do like a find for a specific country name, like Ukraine, and see where it pops up. But yeah, as far as the pages, I don't think there's a specific page number on here, which is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Joshua, what about Pennsylvania unemployment started again? Joshua, what specifically are you asking with the bill? I know, Chris, there goes that freaking carrot in our faces, right? I'm sure everything will be fine. But Joshua, sorry, get back to your question. Yeah, what specifically? So if they pass the bill, PUA and PEUC should be getting extended if they pass this bill. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know how to say it without getting people's hopes up. But Joshua, if you can in Pennsylvania, definitely keep on filing. Then hopefully if they do extend some sort of programs, then you'll receive money at some point. This is seriously racking my brain right now. Kevin says the $300 will be delayed. I don't even, I don't even know how to answer these questions anymore then, like, oh my gosh. Okay, Mikey, it takes 2/3 from the House and Senate to cancel out a president veto. Oh my God, my brain seriously is mush right now, and I don't even know what to say anymore. So Lisa, yes, if your unemployment was already ended, if they do pass a bill, then you'll probably get put back onto PEUC, or you could apply for PEUC and then you could receive the extra $300 as long as you're collecting any sort of unemployment, you would still collect the $300. But obviously, the bill has not been passed with President Trump, so we don't know what's going to happen. Rachel says, my landlord is threatening legal action. Yeah, exactly, which is the last thing that you need right now, Rachel, right? Especially with the holidays right here. Mindy, my unemployment is gone. How will that work? Well, I just received $300. So, Mindy, in order to receive the extra $300 boost, you have to be on some sort of unemployment. So, they are looking to extend PEUC or PUA, which I would hope that you'd be able to qualify for one of them. He's asking them to amend the bill. Thank you, Jimmy D. Oh my God, this is, I just have to take a second, just absorb all this nonsense. If I was getting PUA, if the extension goes through, do I need to apply again? So if you're currently still actively on PUA, you're still certifying, probably no, you wouldn't need to reapply. However, if it exhausted in the past, depending on the state, they may ask you to apply for PUA again. I'm at JD Wolf. I'm at 36 weeks of 39, but it's set to expire on the 26th. You are correct, JD, unless they pass this bill. But yeah, unfortunately, yes, you are correct. It will definitely expire on the 26th. XX Leo. Okay, so you're on PUA and it will end in 2 weeks. Will I be able to get the $300? So again, if they pass this flippin' bill, unfortunately, PUA does expire at the end of December 26th. So obviously they are doing something with this bill. Unfortunately, President Trump just vetoed it. We just got word, just got breaking news. So XX Leo, if they pass the bill, then PUA will be extended. So you're good to go for 11 weeks or so. And with that new bill, you would also get the extra $300. So if you currently collect $300 or $125 a week, then starting next week, if they pass the bill, you would then receive $425 you would receive. Erica says, so my PUA is up on the, so what do you do? If you can, Erica, if the system does let you, definitely keep filing. However, now we are totally thrown off by President Trump not signing the bill. Yes, Michael, I do believe extended benefits is still going on in Pennsylvania, which is a saving grace, right? Mikey says, Trump doesn't have to sign. There was more than 2/3 vote for yes. That cancels a presidential veto. So Jimmy D, he released a video on Twitter. Let me see if I can look that up. Oh, yeah, he sure did. Wait. Isn't this crazy? Oh, my God. Oh, yep, he sure did. 48 minutes ago. Oh, my God. Anyway, okay, so let's go. Okay, he wants it amended. Cool. Okay, Suki. So how about if we had... Correct. Suki, if you are new to being on... Suki, what program are you on? I'm assuming you're probably on PUA. But yeah, unfortunately, the program does expire December 26th. So there will not be any more payments after that unless they pay this bill. Okay, PUA, cool, thank you. So yeah, unfortunately, oh my gosh, you guys, my brain's fried. I mean, I'm sure your brains are fried too because of this whole, what the heck is going on? Oh my God. So, right? I don't even know what to say anymore. Oh, thank you, Suki. I appreciate that very much. If you guys haven't already liked this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe. We've been going for 2 hours, so I think we will call it a night. And yeah, guys, go to Meet Kevin's YouTube channel, and you know, maybe he's got something going on. You know, obviously he's got the latest and greatest. And he's really good with all this stuff. He does a lot of great great videos. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. But I will go live on 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Edward, do I need to reopen claims if I missed out filing for? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, but if you weren't qualified for an unemployment program back in June or July, then I don't think you would, but I'm not quite sure your specific situation to be able to answer that. Michael, will people on unemployment qualify for food stamps? I think it would all depend on the income, maybe the income that you bring in from unemployment, but definitely go to your state's site and look up on food stamps, because I'm sure there's some kind of qualifications there. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for the thank yous and the God bless yous and stuff. I really appreciate it. So you guys rock. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll have some good news tomorrow. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye. Have a good night.